Plane crash in Kazakhstan, Biden visits Angola, South Africa in a bad spot with the US under Trump's administration, and Israeli strikes against the Houthis in Yemen. This news here today on the Global Checkmate. On December 25th, 2024, an Embraer 119 aircraft operated by Azerbaijan Airlines crashed near the city of Aktau in Kazakhstan. So the aircraft had departed from Baku, Azerbaijan, bound for Grozny, Russia, carrying 67 people, including 5 crew members. So the accident resulted in 38 fatalities, while 29 people survived, including 2 children. So due to the dense fog in Grozny, the flight was diverted to another destination, and during the journey, the aircraft encountered GPS interference, which may have contributed to a significant deviation from the planned route. Images of the wreckage show perforations in the fuselage, leading to a speculation that the plane may have been hit by a missile or anti-aircraft fire. Authorities from Azerbaijan and Ukraine suggested that Russian defense systems might have been involved, especially considering the aircraft flew over areas just recently defended by Russia against Ukrainian drone attacks. The plane's black box was recovered, and experts from Embraer and Brazil's Center for Investigation and Prevention of Aeronautical Accidents, the CENIPA, are en route to Kazakhstan to assist with the investigation. So Joe Biden just visits Angola, and during his recent visit, he announced over $1 billion US in humanitarian aid to support African displaced by severe droughts. He emphasized that African nations seek investment beyond mere aid, highlighting the US commitment to expanding partnerships across the continent. So a significant focus on Biden's trip was the US-backed Lobito Corridor project, a major infrastructure initiative aimed to enhance regional trade and reducing reliance on Chinese investments. So the project basically involves reconstruction and modernizing a railway linking the Atlantic port of Lobito in Angola with the mineral-rich Katanga region in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. So this corridor is expected to facilitate the export of critical minerals such as cobalt, lithium, and manganese, essential for green technologies. And with that, the US International Development Finance Corporation, DFC, is supporting this project with a $553 million direct loan, marking one of the largest US investments in Africa rail structure. So this initiative is part of broader efforts to provide sustainable alternatives to China's Belt and Road Initiative, promoting development without creating debt traps or environmental harm. So President Biden's visit to Angola underscores the strategic importance of the region in global supply chains for critical minerals and reflects a commitment to strengthening US-Africa relations through substantial investments in infrastructure and humanitarian aid. So do you think US can stop China to expand their influence in Africa by regaining the African government's trust? Let me know in the comments below, okay? So the next news is South Africa in a sticky situation. So the incoming Trump's administration and key congressional Republicans are set for potential confrontation with South America over its diplomatic ties to Russia, China, Iran, and its criticism of Israel, and the station could threaten South Africa's participation in the African Growth and Opportunity Act, called AGOA, which provides duty-free access to U.S. markets. South America's alignment with BRIC nations is strengthening the ties with Iran, and accusation against Israel at the International Court of Justice have drawn a very sharp criticism from U.S. policymakers. Senators Jim Risch and Tim Scott have raised concerns about South Africa's foreign policy undermining U.S. national security interests. Exclusion from AGOA could significantly impact South Africa's economy, affecting jobs and trade. So despite challenges, South Africa officials remain optimistic about resolving their differences through diplomatic engagement to preserve AGOA benefits. So what do you think? Do you think US is going to cut South Africa out of it? So Israel just launched strikes on Houthi-controlled sites in Yemen as a response to the recent missile attacks, and here is what happened, okay? So the key targets on the region were the Sana'a International Airports, the ports of Hadaidah, Haziza, and Salif, and the power stations near Sana'a. With these attacks, 4 people were killed, 16 injured, including a United States staff member, which is the WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom was in Sana'a airport, and fortunately for him, he was unarmed. So the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu emphasized these strikes were aiming at dismantling Houthi military infrastructure, which he linked to Iranian influence in the region. So the Houthi movement condemned the strikes as barbaric and vowed continued resistance against Israel. So do you think that Saudi Arabia can support Israel by attacking the Houthis in Yemen, as the Houthis are heavily supported by the Iranian regime, the major opponent from the Saudi Arabia in the Gulf? So just let me know in the comments below and how these events are going to unfold. Like, share, and subscribe so you stay tuned for the latest updates in the geopolitical game. I'm Devin Martins from the Global Checkmate, and I will see you guys next time. Bye for now.